Ted in Columbia, Tennessee. Hey, Ted, thanks for calling.
How you guys doing tonight?
We're good, Ted.
I've run into a little problem with this whole 2012 end of the Mayan prediction.
Okay, tell us what.
Now, the Mayans predicted the end of their calendar according to their time scale. Now, our modern time scale is based on Jesus' birth, which would be the difference between BC and AD. Now, the Mayan, the problem is, and the fears that everyone's having is from that Bible revelations and their predictions for the end time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the problem. According to, if you read the Bible at Matthew 2nd chapter, it says that Herod went and killed all the infants, and Joseph took all the people, his kids, and Mary off to Egypt. And they stayed there for, a couple, 4 years. And then he received notice that Herod died. Now, if you look under the Encyclopedia of Herod's life, he lived from 73 BC to 4 BC. Now, if he died at 4 BC and the calendar starts at Jesus' birth, there's 8 years wrong. So the actual end date of this 2012 should actually have been 2004. And if you look at what happened in 2004, besides Bush being reelected, we had the tsunami, then we had Katrina, you had all those tornadoes, we had the stock market crash and everything else. Now, if you go back to that Revelations, it says it's supposed to be 7 years of nastiness at the end, and then it's be 7 years of prosperity, and then supposedly Jesus comes back. So I'm looking at 2012 should be the end of all this bad stuff that's been happening, and we go into 7 years, 8 years of good stuff, and there's really nothing to really worry about. What we should have worried about it was back, 8 years ago. Does this make sense?
That's a really interesting comment. I'm not a biblical scholar, but I am a very spiritual person, and I personally believe that these Mayan people were talking about a spiritual rebirth and a new age of spiritual awareness where people would cherish their lives. And either way, even if it happened in 2004, if it's happening now, whatever the cause of it is or the answer is, this is an opportunity for all of us to take this moment and say, you know what, I'm going to live my life as if I only have 1 year left to live, and allow that urgency and that ticking clock that Steve Jobs talked about to give us a new sense of personal power, to identify what's truly important, and to make 3 goals happen in our lives. Number 1, to accomplish everything on our bucket list. Number 2, to create a legacy by bringing out what's truly special within each of us. And number 3, by having more fun than we've ever had in any 1 year's time. And if that sounds like a